everybody, and welcome back to the New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to listen to this thing, and sitting next to me is...
Chris Weir!
Hey!
Hi!
Hey! Welcome back, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Wonderful?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm wonderful.
You think you're wonderful?
Yeah. No, I'm doing good.
You know, it's better to think that you're doing wonderful than acknowledging that you're in a bad mood.
Very good, yeah. I think I'll try to follow, the tone that I set there of just thinking I might be wonderful.
Yeah, that's a high bar that you can easily clear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because you said it, you made it, we're going to make it.
We'll manifest it. How about you? You wonderful?
Good. I'm good. I got a new hat today. You know, Abbott's teamed up with Brand 47 to make MLB hats, which has been the dream. Problem is, this is all satin, so it's a tight squeeze. I've been stretching it out, and my head feels like Chris Farley saying, "Fat guy in a little hat."
Yeah, it's got a sheen there to it.
It's satin.
Yeah, buddy.
It's all real nice.
I mean, it looks good, but seems like it might feel miserable.
It is not great
your
right now.
Your forehead is busting out of that.
Yeah, it is. And then, I can see the mark on the screen. Look at that thing.
Yeah, now you're able to think again. Blood is rushing back to the top of your head.
I'm like, I remember math. But it hurts. But that's, pain, no gain, or pain for beauty, or whatever it is.
Beauty is pain.
Beauty, thank you. Mm-hmm. That's what I was looking for. But, it'll stretch out. You know how satin jackets stretch.
You don't got to talk to me about satin jackets. I know about them.
I know about a good satin jacket. Well, beautiful. How was your week?
It was pretty good. Sun was out. I think I did a few things. Went out, watched a show or two. Was doing some chores outside. I was trying to dig up an old bush.
Oh, yeah?
Plenty of roots. Don't get me going. But yeah, I think I had a pretty productive week.
So you were doing manscaping.
I was doing some manscaping, but in the actual yard. Mm-hmm. Down there, it's awful. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff down there.
It's bad. We need Manscaped to sponsor us again. Man, I've never done. That's not true. I have dug up a bush. It is the worst.
It's terrible, and you don't realize how bad it is until you start getting more. You start peeling away like more of the soil and stuff. You're like, and these roots are just everywhere. And they just don't stop.
It's not deep.
It's not like I want to cut this one little thing where everything's growing out. It's like no, it's just 80 things intertwined.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a project that I have not finished, and so now we got this really wackadoo looking bush out front that is really hacked to shit. But I'll take care of it.
You quarter murdered a bush.
Yeah, I'm letting all the other bushes know, like, hey, you mess with my driveway, you start piling up roots under there. This is what's going to happen. You make it difficult for me to back up. I'll make your life end.
Snip, snip, motherfucker. Snip, snip.
Evergreen my ass.
You think I got a green thumb? I'm a green murderer.
Yeah, I'll murder.
Well, I'm glad that we have moved from the deck out into the yard.
True. I feel like I'm always just updating like all the stuff. I just feel like it's just recently been good outside. So I'm just like packing in all the outdoor stuff.
Get it in now before it's brutally hot and humid.
Yeah.
So then you can look at it from the inside of your house and go, I did a good job.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be fun to hang out there.
I wish it didn't feel like a swamp out there. And then you just go back in and take a nap on the couch.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's nice. I had a pretty good one. I was in Detroit. I had shows with a friend of the pod, Ricky Glore, and then went to Comerica Park on Sunday. Basically walked around for 3 hours and then left because the game rained out.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
You got a nice tour?
I got a great tour. I did make a new Frankenfood. Video coming soon, so not going to spoil anything.
Okay, not going to talk about it?
No.
Okay,
all right. Hey, I'm going to leave people in suspense, It's a big deal.
Yeah?
It's my brand. I can't, I can tease a little bit.
Can you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 where you think the Frankenfood landed?
I will say on a taste scale, we'll go 8.3. On how I felt after I ate it, 0.6.
And the Pepto-Bismol scale.
Oh, I didn't even think to bring it.
Yeah.
But I was very red in the face and sweating afterwards, and I kept looking at everyone going, I think I might puke.
I think I might be dying here.
I'm like, wait a minute. this is how you eat too much. And they're like, yeah, your face is really red. We're worried. I was like, I'm going to go to the restroom. I went and relieved myself in my pants, not in my tum-tum.
Okay.
Made it through. And then at Comerica, they have a carousel. And I was wearing my Miggy shirt that I got from In the Clutch. Very cool. And it's him, Miggy, riding the carousel. So I was like, I have to get on the carousel.
Yeah, you got to make that happen.
Yeah, I got to make it meta that I'm on the carousel with a shirt of Miggy wearing the carousel. And so I put one leg up, and then I went to swing my other leg over the tiger, and I forgot that I'd eaten so much food and that I got a thick burp.
Oh.
No puke, just a whole reminder.
Oh, okay, had some crumbs in there.
Oh, yeah. And I was moving. I was shaking.
Swaying around.
Nothing happened. And that actually helped me settle down. So.
Okay.
It was good. It was good. I made it through. The ballpark's great. I have a beverage bat downstairs.
You showed me that.
I showed you that. I should have brought it up. But here's the thing. The beverage bat. There we go. It's that tall.
It's pretty good. It actually does have a good grip, like those Mark McGwire bats they had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it had like those imprints in there.
Get the fingers and the ridgies. Mm-hmm. Problem is you can't like stand it up anywhere. There's no flat bottom, so I can't just like set it on the table.
The practicality, and they don't make cup holders like for that specifically.
No, they should. Maybe that's our business venture. We make cup holders for beverage bats.
We do that, or like like softball players do. They have like the bats sticking out of their back.
But it's designed for Bud Light.
Okay, yeah.
Bud Light bats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you know how people love Bud Light right now.
Oh yeah, it's all the rave. That's what people are talking about. How much they're really enjoying it.
Yeah, how much they're enjoying it. How much they're drinking on a regular basis. There's no drama whatsoever.
Oh my god, never seen people so close to shooting Clydesdales. Outrageous.
Oh my god, Cletus, come here. Yes, no, you are going to be sacrificed for the gays. Come here.
Yeah, just your head we're turning into glue.
That's enough for a year's supply of Elmers. Those fuckers are big.
Yeah, they got big craniums.
Huge craniums.
Filled with glue. Give us the glue.
Give us the glue.
We're mining your head for glue.
Oh my god, they just like, like those cattle prod things like in No Country for Old Men where they go up and they...
Yeah.
They just do that to his head and it makes a glue stick.
Yeah, that's great. It perfectly extracts it.
Yeah, then they just drop it in the tube.
Yeah.
There you go.
And they glue his head back together.
You think we're going to have him run? I heard he's going to be attending a pride parade.
Take him out.
Take him out. Take him down. But yeah, now I'm back here. It was great. It was awesome.
I think we had Easter too since the last time. Did you do anything for Easter? Did we talk about that?
Oh, that was last Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was last Sunday.
Yeah, you're right.
What? Oh, yeah, because you went over to your aunt and uncle / neighbors.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I couldn't remember because that's where I remember the Bud Light stuff happening.
Yeah, and I napped.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Baby.
I did exactly what Jesus did the 3 days before Easter.
Yeah?
Slept.
Got hammered and slept.
That's spot on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm so not mad at that.
High palm.
Sorry, I got a hole. This hat, okay, now it's actually like I'm watching it on the screen while we're recording, while I'm talking, and with how fat my head is, how tight this is, and me talking, it is just moving up like this. And now I'm just looking.
Oh, it's navigating up towards the top there.
It's definitely
It's migrating around.
I think we're gonna have to just do a quick hat switch.
Yeah, that's fine. This hat switch brought to you by
Team USA Baseball.
Yeah, there we go.
Never mind about that. We're a little World Baseball Classic for you. It's just crazy. Off screen is my desk, and I have probably 40 hats strewn between there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hats to choose from, and a thing of like Zippo lighter fluid.
Hey, sometimes I just want to get a little buzz on, dude.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's...
Top me off!
Here you go, pal!
Yay!
So yeah, it was good. Then I went to the ball game Tuesday.
Yeah.
And,
which one was that? Was that the blowout game or what? Which blowout game?
That was the close one, I think. Hold on. If you're gonna make me double check,
I'm sorry. I'm making them pull.
I went to the game on. Hold on.
We prepared
Thursday.
for all of this.
I went to the game on Thursday. No, wait. Son of a bitch.
Was it the one they won?
That's the one that they won.
Okay.
I saw them wait. Okay, now I don't remember which game I went to. Because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they were at, and they got swept. And then they came home, and they won 6-2. Yes.
Nice.
So I got to see a win. That was pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. So it was good. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was nice being in that ballpark and knowing that Great American Ballpark is pest-free.
Yeah, that's something we don't have to worry about, to my knowledge, but not the case in Oakland.
Not the case in Oakland. People say the Reds are a trash organization, and they couldn't be more wrong because we can look at Oakland and go, we've never had a possum take over our visiting broadcast booth.
Yeah, they have literal trash varmints scurrying around and taking over parts of the stadium.
Yeah, they're claiming it for their own.
It's being overran.
Yeah, just like when the mayor of New York said, we are not afraid of the rats. They will not take us over. The owner of the A's is saying, we're not going to let one possum ruin our fun. So if you don't know what happened, it's so funny. In the visitors' broadcast booth, there had been a possum that was a regular there.
Yeah, apparently regular. They all knew about the possum. It was like everyone's like, oh yeah, the possum. Eddie? Yeah. Visitors booth? Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's wild, man. You hear the little scratch?
Yeah, he'll bite. He'll bite.
He'll bite. Yeah, make sure you're up on your tetanus shots.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't get raped. They just abbreviate to rabies. They're just, it's so cash up there. Just, you don't want to get a little bit of the rabies.
No, always curious is like, how come rabies is included in our insurance? You don't gotta worry about that.
Yeah. It's just one stop.
You're for sure going to sign it though.
Yeah, you're going to want to take this long needle. It's for your best interest. Welcome to Oakland. And so they knew about it, and then they set up a trap for this possum. And then the A's were on the road, and when they came back and like the Mets broadcast team was setting up, they smelled the possum. Because the possum was trapped in a cage and was behind the walls just shitting and pissing.
Yeah. I think that's the first thing they said. They were met with a funk, an odor.
Yeah. It had dispelled itself.
Yeah, they spent. If you haven't seen the clip, I'm sure we'll post it up here. The way they describe it, they go into great detail for like 4.5 minutes. I have no idea why they were allowed to just openly talk about like just how despicable and infested the stadium is.
Yeah. Well, I think that they were allowed to talk about it because there's a couple angles you could look at it. The one for me is that they didn't care. That's probably the big one.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck. And so after them not giving said fuck, they were like, well, we're not going to put a hush order on them. It happened. Mm-hmm. They can't not talk about it.
We can't talk about the Oakland A's right now. This is terrible. Talk about the possums.
Talk about the Oakland O's, the opossums.
Oakland opossums.
Opossums. Possums are disgusting anyway. But I think they don't care. And then the other angle is they've been saying for years how they need a new ballpark.
That's a good strategy.
So they're saying like, hey, let them talk about how the possum broke in and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And we had to move them so it becomes a public health emergency.
It's kind of the strategy where teams will tank to get like higher draft picks.
Yeah.
Let the possums roam free. We'll get a new concession stand. Just let the possums take over. Don't clean up.
Don't clean up. Just let it happen. Let the varmin take over. Let them create a varmin city. And you know what? I bet it's like a version of Animal Farm out there, but in the outfield where they have the tarps with the retired numbers.
Yeah.
It's just different type of varmin.
That's just the number of possums they have dead under there. It has nothing to do with the numbers. That's just how many dead rodents we're storing under here right now.
They're like, Ricky Henderson, 24. Oh, what a great number. Don't look under there. There isn't 24 dead possums.
Don't investigate those numbers.
Don't look at all.
Yeah.
42 for Jackie Robinson? No, it's maybe, but it's not for 42 dead raccoons.
It's for sure not for 42. Yeah.
It's for sure not for the 42 dead raccoons. I wonder what other numbers they have retired.
Yeah. That's why they have them up so high. It's above the smell zone.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, when you have maybe 3,000 people attending a game, I don't think the thing that they're going to smell is dead possum.
Probably not.
Or dead raccoon. Okay, Oakland A's retired numbers. Tarps. How crazy.
Emily says, "Are you looking for dead possums?"
If only. Okay, so feel like I have a little bit of skin hanging down from right there. Okay, so the retired numbers that they have, which again, you don't just get your number printed and hung on the side. They print a giant tarp for you to cover up where people aren't sitting. Dave Stewart, 34. So 1, Ricky Henderson, 24. Eck, 43. There's 3. Reggie Jackson, 9. 4. Raleigh Fingers, 5. Catfish Hunter, 6. Jackie Robinson, 42.
Yeah,
7.
I was going to say, they need to retire a larger number to take care of those records. Those possums.
Those possums. They just retire. It's like, yeah, we feel like it's time to retire Andy Chavez's number. It's like, what? He only played for you guys for like 3 years. Yeah, we just need a new tarp. Oh, my God. But, yeah. But what I loved about that whole clip was how casual they were talking about, like, a possum just shit. Not casual, but, like, as clean as possibly they could be of talking about a possum shitting.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact phrasing they used. They didn't say droppings. They said leavings or something like that.
Leavings, expelling themselves. There was one more, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, but none of it sounded, enjoyable. It was not delightful. But I guess it was just the way they were talking about it was just like, yeah, it's Oakland. This is gonna happen. This is great.
Well, you're either gonna get attacked by a possum or you're gonna get shot in the street. You pick one. Mm-hmm. We're Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland. Even the possums have knives.
Yeah. Do you know why the A's main color is green? Is because when you get bit by a possum, your arm will change that color.
Oh, the gangrene.
Yeah, the gangrene.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know who the official pest remover is for the Oakland A's, but I think they lost their job.
Yeah. Or they just gained a new sponsor. I don't know.
They could be. Or maybe they need one. Why don't we set up a fake business and then, like, send a pitch and see if we can get
Got
Oakland
possums taking over your sports stadium?
Do you have to move the Mets broadcast because of a sharp-teethed piece of shit?
Does it smell like rodent urine in your stadium booth?
Did you set up a possum trap and forget to check on it?
Did you have a series of away games and you come back and it smells like rat turds?
Well, that'll never happen with us because we'll make sure to check the traps. We aren't high on BCP at all.
Not happening here.
Oh my God. So yeah, the Oakland A's can't move to Las Vegas soon enough.
Yeah. Well, they got to take the possums with them.
Well, good thing they'll just have drunks sleeping in the booths.
That'll be a great thing if someone makes a logo, their mascot, the possums. The shitty possums.
The Oakland Possums.
The infested possums.
That's just a possum wearing a Steph Curry jersey. That'd be great. Another baseball news that's not baseball news. Did you see what happened last week in Colorado?
With the mascot?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd never seen that before. Like someone tried to tackle the mascot, the Rockies mascot, and he didn't really do that well, but it was still like a drunken sort of thing, and that's another thing that we'll post. But that was wild.
It was great. I am for sure gonna post the clip of this in the reel. Someone was we cannot confirm or deny if this guy was drunk or not, but he stood up on the home dugout and charged Dinger and just Troy Polamalu'd him. Just shoulder in, took his knees out, and Dinger just went on his back and long purple tail. It's just like, ah! And then the guy just like got up. He's like, I should have done that, and just ran out of the ballpark.
Dude, yeah, I think he had to have been hammered. I mean, it's the thing like, man, that Triceratops, man, I'm gonna beat the shit out of it.
His face may be purple, but he's turning me red. That just got up and got him.
Yeah, I'm wondering too if like there's more people getting drunker faster at the stadiums now because it seems it's so ridiculous. I mean that can't be I hope it's not a sober person that thought it'd be a good idea to physically assault someone in that. I mean, when I was watching, I was like, man, the mascot looks so surprised. And we're like, we can't make any like facial expressions. It just looked like this can't be happening. There's no way this is happening. Like, you aren't prepared for it. You just don't, because you don't ever expect someone to just get up, because they're on top of like the dugout. They're doing like some in between the inning thing, and then some person just stood up and just went to like a 3-point stance almost, and just tried to and did tackle him.
That'd be really funny if he stood up, went out into the aisle, and then started stretching. Just pulling up his ankles like, I'm going to fuck up this dinosaur.
He was doing that for 3-4 innings. Should have had someone on him sooner. But yeah, I thought like they were going to like fall off like the dugout, because that didn't happen. If that would have happened, that would have been next level, and I'm sure that guy would have been facing a lot of charges.
A lot worse than what actually happened, because I think the way that he tackled it was still dead on, and he was in the center of like on top of the roof of the dugout. So if anyone would have leaned the wrong way, they would have had at least a couple feet to work with. So it was the best case scenario of when he tackled him and where he tackled him. Like, tackle him on the steps, that's crazy dangerous. That guy could have snapped that dinosaur's neck.
Yeah.
Just hit him and then just $1 million babied his neck right there.
Yeah, extinct him.
So you're a dinosaur? Well, I'm a meteor.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Meet that spine.
So,
do we know what happened to the dude? Did he get? I'm sure he had to have gotten arrested or something.
Do you want to hear something great?
Yeah.
The news put out. They're like, hey, if you'd have any information on the guy who tackled Dinger at the Rockies game,
They put an APB out.
Yeah, they put an APB out. Like, call this number, and then the guy just went and turned himself in. He was like, yeah, I tackled that dumb purple dinosaur.
Hey, that was me.
That was me.
I was watching and I was like, I know that guy.
Oh wait, that's me.
Me with the poor form.
Yeah, and he did not get arrested. He got charged with disorderly conduct, and it's just a payout ticket.
That is wildly reasonable.
It's extremely reasonable. Let me double check this really quick. Dinger assaultant, which that's another crazy thing I'm tweeting or just googling.
Yeah, because if that's the precedent set, I mean, that's just setting other mascots up to just be tackled and brutalized.
Yeah, I mean, okay, here we go. The guy turned himself in. His name is Kenneth Sonley, 45, and was cited for assault and disturbing the peace. And it's the tweet just says "boo drunk guy," so we don't know like how drunk he was. I would like to know what and how much he drank.
It would be nice to have, like afterwards, have stats of the drunk people. Just knowing it's like, okay, well, how many beers deep was he? Like, what inning was it? Like, how much did he have to eat? Like, all these things we can factor in. Yeah. Because now we're just like, I have no idea where he's at in this. It's like we're coming into a game, like, halfway in, not sure what the pitch count is.
Yeah, how many beers per K?
Yeah, because form-wise, if he was 8 beers deep, that was pretty good for 8 beers.
Solid.
But if that was in the first inning, I think you've done a lot to tighten it up. Keep your feet in a bit more, shoulders lined up, and I just think it'd be helpful for us to make sense out of all these charges.
Yeah, and why didn't someone in the Rockies organization just turn a camera to him so we could get the high-res, super fast motion video of the tackle, and we could be able to break it down frame by frame?
Oh, exactly.
Where's the foresight here?
Come on, you guys.
It's ridiculous.
It's right there for you.
So knowing that they just got a disturbing the peace and maybe some light assault, what mascot would you like to tackle?
Ooh, a mascot I would like to take down. Oh, I think I would really like to go after, I don't know, just like maybe just like a Cardinals mascot.
The Redbird?
Yeah, I think the Redbird would be fun. I think just like a built up, hatred for the Cardinals as a child. Yeah. I think it would be fun, and just to beat the shit out of a bird. I always want that in my day-to-day life. Yeah. Goose preferably. Love to beat the shit out of a goose, but I'd go for Cardinal.
Cardinal's that's a good one to beat. And knowing that it's like 8 states cap official state bird or whatever, it just feels better to have a leg up on those things.
Exactly. It's like, oh, your state bird? Beat the shit out of it.
Beat it up. No big deal.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the Philly Fanatic, that furry piece of shit. But I already made him cry, so like I'm good.
You made him cry?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was with it was me and then this kid. I didn't like take him or like have him. He was just
okay,
next
just there.
to me. He was just
a free range kid.
yeah, free range kid.
Yeah.
He hadn't visited your deck yet.
Yeah, right.
His dad was getting something to eat or drink, and he was just standing there, and he's just like, "Yeah, Philly fanatic," and like waves at him, and I was just like, "Oh, great, Philly fanatic and Gapper, two of the things I hate the most." And they both looked at me, and they're like, "What?" And they like did this, and then I was like, "Kid, watch this. You guys suck." And then the kid was like, "Yeah, you guys suck. I hate both of you."
Oh my God, it's great.
And then they just were like, "Oh no," and did this, and the Philly fanatics started making cry faces. And I was like, "This is the best day of my life."
His tongue comes out, and he just makes a noose.
I don't feel so fanatic today. So that was pretty great.
That's nice bonding with the child there.
Yeah, it was nice to just be around kids.
You don't gotta tell me twice.
It's nice to get help influence the next generation.
Oh yeah, being around those supple young new generation.
In their shoes.
Yeah.
There's the socks.
Oh my God.
But it was great, like helping them to shape the next generation to also hate Gapper and the Philly fanatic.
Yeah, you do hate Gapper. I don't care
Gapper.
for him. I'm very I don't have feelings for him.
I have feelings.
I know you don't really care for him.
I hate him.
He would be a fun one to beat up.
He would. I think Gapper's 1A and the Philly Fanatic 1B. And if I could be in Redzilla and run over both of them at the same time.
Oh, that'd be amazing! Just firing your t-shirt cannon at him.
Reload!
And just lighting him up.
Oh, and then I just holding Rosie on one arm, just like yeah.
Like an old pinup magazine. That'd be great, and just lighting somebody up with like 3XL shirts in the dome.
I think that's a fantasy that I would like to obtain.
Yeah.
And I would go to jail for all of that.
Yeah, it might just be a misdemeanor. We don't know.
Yeah, and we don't even know how long this guy's going to be banned from the ballpark.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Give it a whirl.
Set a precedent.
Come on.
Yeah.
Live a little.
This podcast brought to you by Cincinnati Jail Bonds.
We don't have the bonds at all.
Figure it out.
Figure it out, Tony. So, update on the drinking pitch clock game.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a sponsor. High Grain Brewing will be sponsoring the first one. Literally just have to get beer and set up a camera and take the time to do it. And be able, it's not just about doing it, I think, at this point. I think it's about doing it and being able to recover the next day.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, we maybe put ourselves behind an 8-ball here with the initial lay of the land that we threw out. It'll be a work in progress, but we will try it out. We are scientists. We would like to figure out, because we just want to throw this out there to you people and have you guys stumble over this. So we will do the stumbling for you.
Also, we might need an 8-ball to beat this.
True. We love pool over here.
Oh yeah. Nothing crazy. We don't. Come on. But yeah, so that's exciting stuff, and we'll keep you all posted when we decide we're going to be able to. Well, when we have the time, when we have 2 days to be able to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely need to have that recovery period. But no, we'll make that happen. We got to figure out a way to make this drinking game happen.
Mm-hmm. It'll be worth it. You know what I didn't like? What happened?
What was that?
The Reds got swept by the Braves.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, and it felt like there is a lot of winnable games. I know that's kind of been the theme for most of their losses, being so super close. Yeah, and this was one of them.
So the Reds lost every single one of those games by 1 run, all 3. One of the best teams in baseball. You were 1 run away from turning this from a sweep to sweeping.
Yeah. It was difficult to watch those. However, it was still very entertaining the whole time. But yeah, it showed you like how well the Reds can compete, and they do have to play with their heads on fire a bit to compete with like the level of talent that they were, playing against. But it's totally doable, and they've shown that they can compete with some of the best players and organizations in the game and entertain you at the same time.
Yeah, and the problem that you have here, it seems like everybody in the bullpen over the past week, there's a couple of dudes highlighted, of course, but got their moment in the sun to be like, I can shut it down. Mm-hmm. And they just did not step up to the plate.
No, it was getting obviously, and this is like one of the trepidations you have being a Cincinnati Reds fan is the bullpen. It seems like every year it's just a quagmire of awfulness, and you look back at the losses and you can pinpoint where things go wrong, and it always seems to be with the bullpen. What's happening?
Kevin Newman. So we're recording this at 7:03 on Monday evening. Kevin Newman hit a solo home run in the bottom of the second. The Reds now lead the Rays 1-0.
Elbow!
How about that? That's awesome. Because the Rays, we'll get to them. Odyssey with baseball. By the time you watch this, the first game will be over, and the Reds will just be, one up on the Rays in the series.
Yeah, true. They got a Viking helmet. It's going to be worn hot after this. So.
Reds holla. In the first game, I really just, the offense is there when you're scoring 4 runs, you're scoring 6 runs, and you're scoring 4 runs against the Braves in all 3 respective games. And we'll talk about personal, just who's hot, who's not in a minute. But overall, you look at that first game, Graham Ashcraft goes out, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. He didn't have his best stuff that day.
But he did grind. He did really well being able to battle and keep the Reds in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're under 100 pitches, 6 innings against that lineup, that includes Acuna, Olsen, Austin Riley, Sean Murphy, Ozzie Albies, Eddie Rosario, that's 2/3 of a lineup there isn't an easy out in there.
No, and it didn't seem like he was being overworked by them. It seemed like he was just making adjustments in real time, which seemed very good. Seeing these younger pitchers, younger players being put in situations where they have to adjust what they're doing in real time and seeing how they respond is pretty good. And Ashcraft did a very, very good job of that.
He's so good at it. And especially just with all the spin that he's putting on the ball with his fastball and his cutter, he's just getting ground ball after ground ball. I believe I put this in here, which is coming up very soon. I think it isn't. But it's something along the lines of 60. Yeah, here it is. Graham Ashcraft, in his, he is getting a ground ball rate. He did this against Atlanta. He got 66.7% of his balls that were in play were ground balls. And Saturday, 64.7% of the balls ever hit into play were ground balls. And overall this season, 60.4% of the balls that he puts into play are ground balls, and that puts him 15th in all of baseball amongst all pitchers.
That's terrific. And just knowing that he does have the swing and miss stuff, but being able to rely and be comfortable with the defense behind you, that's going to save you so many pitches.
Yeah. It's not only just going to save you pitches, it's going to extend. It's going to let you extend and keep pitching, and it's going to keep your pitch count low. That's so nice. And going between, hey man, I can get you out today with my stuff, compared to I don't have my stuff today. I'm just going to get ground balls and weak contact. Having both of those games in your repertoire and being able to do that is amazing. And knowing that this is only his second full year, he's already recognized that, and he's already doing it. And doing it against the Atlanta Braves, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was really exciting to watch.
Yeah. But they ended up losing that game because of Buck Farmer, San Martin, and Derek Law. San Martin giving up a run, and Derek Law just throwing 1 pitch and giving up 2 earned runs.
Yeah, it was such a bummer. That was rough.
That was rough.
Yeah, was that the overtime situation? Yeah, that's what it was. And then because the Reds scored, went ahead, and then the first pitch. Right? 2-run shot. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that was a bummer.
Just hanging a slider to Ronald Acuna is, never a good idea. Especially when it ends the game.
Yeah, that sucked. But that's just been the theme so far, is just being able to, have those breaks in the patchwork where things just really fall through.
Yeah. And then you followed up with your next game. The Reds lose 6-7. And Luis Cessa takes the bump. And it's weird to say, that within that week, that wasn't his worst start.
No, it got much, much worse.
It got far worse.
Yeah, and obviously there is a drop off, going from the third starter to fourth and figuring that out. But this is something we anticipated.
Yeah. We definitely did. And we were like, oh boy, how do we fix this? He went 3 2/3, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, gave up 2 homers. The Reds lose 6-7. Jose Barrero with the dinger. So that's good to see that he did that.
Yeah, his bat's going. He's getting more patient behind the plate. And there's been a lot of great offense. I know the bullpen and, pitching we're talking a lot about. But there's been some really good offense, too. And they were getting a lot of singles, playing a lot of good small ball.
Oh, yeah.
Barrero seeing his bat come alive.
Yeah, and there's guys we highlighted that were like, oh, man, these are dudes that are completely kicking ass and making this offense run. But it's just hard when you have that and then you just get off to such a terrible start for the game with Sesa. And then the Reds followed up losing 4-5. Hunter Green, dear mother of God, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits. A lot of those hits were early. 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And what was nice about him was that he was getting better towards the end of the start.
Yeah, again, making those in-game changes and realizing this is how I'm performing right now. What can I do to have that benefit the team? If I don't have my A stuff, what can I do? But like he was working. His slider was working better. It seemed like he was more comfortable mixing in pitches.
Yeah.
So yeah.
His pitch mix this time, holy crap, he actually used a third pitch.
Wild.
It's crazy. It's almost like if you just throw it out there, they won't expect it. He 41.6% of the time he threw his fastball, peaking his average velocity was 98.4 miles an hour. He threw his slider 37.6% of the time, with that peaking at with an average speed of his slider being 88.4 miles an hour. And his changeup 4% of the time. And his changeup was still with an average speed of 91.9 miles an hour.
That's great. And I think we're even talking about, like, if you just threw a third pitch 5% of the time, that's going to improve, the results that you have with having the, hitters be off balance. Yeah. And that's great. How many walks did he have?
He had 0.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So, that was one of the bigger things because, like, in those first couple starts, is getting behind so quickly and not being able to find the zone and then putting yourself in a hole where you have to then rely on your most comfortable pitch and, a fastball at any speed. If they know it's coming, a professional hitter is gonna hit it.
Yeah.
So it seemed like this was so much different than the first 2 starts.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the last 3 batters he faced, I think all of them went down on the slider.
Yeah.
And that's huge that he doesn't need to be, he can evolve over the start and be like, look, I can take a little bit off of it, get some more break, and get these guys to chase. I mean, that 90-mile-an-hour slider against Ronald Acuna, I think that was the big strikeout for him in that sequence, was huge. It was beautiful, and it was like, holy crap, he's pitching, not throwing.
Yeah. Thinking ahead of the batters. It was great.
Yeah. But then, Spencer Strider had 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks. Like, did you see Quadzilla? I finally got to, sit and watch him pitch. It's impressive.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if I got to watch him.
Did you not? I mean, his quads are this big around.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'll show you a picture after. Oh, yeah.
All right.
He's a beast.
Show me the mammies.
I'll show you the mammies. And then we got home. We came home. And the Reds beat the Phillies 6-2 with Nick Lodolo, 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks, gave up a homer. But the offense was cruising again. What was interesting again is that Nick Lodolo didn't have his best stuff, but then still found a way to work around it and get through it. He was throwing his fastball 47.4% of the time, his slider 4.1% of the time, his curveball 41.2% of the time, and his changeup 7.2% of the time. He was clearly trying to figure out what pitch was going to work best. But even if he didn't have his best stuff, listen to this, 35.6% of his pitches were whiffs and or called strikes.
Yeah, that's great. Even when like it's taking you a little bit to find the zone and get like good handle on your pitches, if they're that successful when they're coming in, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you're a pitcher trying to figure out the zone.
Absolutely. And then the bullpen gave up no runs after Lotolo left.
Pretty crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, that's great.
How nuts is that? And then the next night it was Connor Overton. The Reds lost 8-3. Connor Overton, 3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, gave up a homer. Did you see what the Reds did yesterday? I think it was either yesterday or this morning.
I don't know.
Connor Overton is now on the 15-day IL.
Oh, really? What happened there?
Elbow fatigue.
Oh, I bet.
Is it real?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it probably has to do with a few other things happening in the Reds dugout.
I think he's still, like, after watching what he did last year, hurting his back, and then watching him in spring, and then what he's done in the few starts, he's not the same pitcher.
Yeah.
Something's got to be bothering him, or maybe last year was just luck.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see when he gets off this IL stint.
I don't think he's getting off of it. Yeah, I think he might be sent back down. I don't know if he has any options left, but I wish him the best, and it's kind of a bummer, but it seems like that's ran its course. And then Fernando Cruz at the end of this game, boy howdy, 1 2/3, 3 earned runs. Woof. I emphasize the starting pitching so much because we're going to get to... Okay. So you had Ashcraft go again. Same thing with the same metrics. The Reds won 13-0.
Yeah, it was wild. And they did put a non-pitcher in, but that was when it was 8-0 still.
Yeah.
And they were doing great. I mean, they were stringing together so many nice hits. Getting a lot of singles, fighting off pitches, seeing a lot of pitches. They're making pitchers and defenses work to get them out.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like watching a team death by 1,000 paper cuts, because they will just ground ball gap you. They'll hit you in the alleys. I mean, this offense isn't like live or die by the home run. Where you watch the Phillies like we have so much in the past week and a half, it's life by the long ball. Mm-hmm. With, Castellanos has to hit a double or hit a dinger. Schwarber, it's dinger or bust. Mm-hmm. And then you look at the rest of the lineup. Trey Turner is just a machine. But then you look and you're like, and JT Realmuto is also a machine. But then you look at the rest of that lineup. It's pretty awfully bleak.
Yeah.
For them anyway. But it's nice to watch these Reds not just have to be. It's not just a team that's just going out there slugging.
Yeah, you don't have those guys that just have that, that on their shoulders of just being like the dominant, powerhouse.
Yeah.
Clear the bases, dude. You have guys that be able to have a broken bat flair, and get a couple runs in because you hustled and manufactured some base runners. So, I mean, that is just super thrilling to watch.
Yeah, watching India just continually putting it over the second baseman's head. Has been nice because there isn't the shift there. So it's like, I can go back to my natural game and how I always hit. And Graham Ashcraft, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 Ks. Again, not his best stuff, but he still had 9 ground outs and 2 flyouts.
Yeah, hung in there, gave his offense a chance to work.
Yeah. And Wil Meyers came alive.
Yeah.
4 for 5, 2 homers, 5 ribs, and a double.
Looking so much better, and it looks like he's definitely changed his approach at the plate. Mm-hmm. He's not way out in no man's land at the very edge of the batter's box. He's scooted up a bit more. It seems like he's not having that much of an underwater swing, and he's really connecting.
Yeah.
And that was a great game to watch.
Do you think he also... I think that not just like his, like when you're talking about his approach... He's getting on counts earlier. As he's getting his hits in like 1-1 counts, 0-1, 0-0. Instead of just waiting, because there was a lot of full counts and fouling stuff off.
Yeah, I mean, if he's attacking pitchers and jumping on some of the, the better, more premier opportunities to hit a ball, in an account where the pitcher's trying to get ahead of him, it's like, well, why not take a shot at that? Because what he was doing previously really wasn't working. Mm-hmm. And so I think that has boosted his confidence. So yeah, he's able to attack pitches earlier on, and the count.
Yeah,
It's good.
Do you think what happened is like he got his first paycheck from the Reds, saw it, and went, "Oh fuck, I'm a Major League Baseball player," and then like he started hitting
I gotta
homers.
do something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta turn this thing on. I gotta get this thing rolling.
I think he listened to our podcast and maybe picked up some pointers.
You know what? I can tell you for a fact he listened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's in our DMs. He's like, you guys are the real deal.
You guys rule.
You guys are great. I've been thinking about it. Because of you, I'm gonna change my name from Will to Will with 2 L's.
Yeah, I'll switch up my pine tar. I hear what you're saying.
I went from long cut to pouches, and it changed the game. Then what happened that next day was brutal. The Reds lost 14-3. Luis Cessa, 3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 11 earned runs, 3 walks, only 1 homer. Here's my question for you. Do you think that Luis Cessa is done in the rotation?
Man, hopefully he can't be the answer we have for like the 4th starter.
Or 5.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but like I'm not sure how we can plug that gap. You know, unless we're having long breaks in between series and can just be a 3-man rotation. It seems a little bleak to fill that out. But there's opportunities for some younger pitchers to come up. But yes, Cessa is so far not the guy for the job.
He's not, and the problem is that we are smack dab in the middle of a 21-day straight run of games.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're going to make the adjustment, you're going to make the change. You better do it now and get somebody to come up from I-71 north and get ready to pitch, because I think it's either not his spot, but Overton's spots in like 2 days to pitch.
Yeah.
Because you got Hunter Green tonight, Nick Lodolo tomorrow. So yeah, you got to figure that out quick. Let's get with who's hot. Wil Meyers, in his last 7 games, he's had 25 ABs, 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 homers, 8 ribs. Did those 2 home runs and 5 of those RBIs come in 1 game? Yeah, but fuck you, he's on fire.
Yeah, how could you not be more on fire than that? It was amazing. He was, a triple away from the cycles, looking great in the field, too, making some diving plays, solid contact. It was a sweet game.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had to talk shit. I was getting ready to come on this week after watching those first couple games in Atlanta, watching that series and going, I think he's washed. Mm-hmm. I texted in a group chat with friends. I was like, I think that Wil Meyers is washed. And then the next day, 4 for 5.
Again, there's some sort of telepathy there. He's like, tuned in to the nasty boys.
Yeah, well,
he understands. We hear you, Will.
Well, it's the Will to Billy connection.
Mm-hmm.
When a new Will comes into town, we mind meld.
Mm-hmm.
And we just start getting things rolling. Wil Meyers, Jonathan India. In his last 7, he's batting 400, 452 on base percentage, and 560 slugging. I didn't think he was going to come back this hot and start this hot, but good lord.
Looks like a machine up at the plate.
Yeah, he's better than he was in 21.
Yeah, it just seems extremely comfortable, extremely balanced up there, seeing the ball through and just being able to make like solid contact and line drives, just shooting it right back out the box. It's great.
Yeah, that 452 on base percentage is perfect for a leadoff guy, which is really nice. And then Spencer Steer in his last 7, he's got 10 hits and 23 ABs. He's batting 435, 519, and 522.
Yeah, a lot of guys coming together to make stuff happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were like, where's the offense coming from outside of Tyler Stevenson and India? And especially with Stevenson the past week, he's not been as great. His back's cooled off a little bit, but we needed those 2 dudes to step up, and it's really, really, really encouraging to see. And it's really fun that I put who's not hot on here, Kevin Newman, and he already hit a homer this game. It's happening how about right now. The Jason Vossler experience is over. He's batting cool 100.
Yeah, he cooled off pretty quickly there. Hopefully something turns around and we get to figure out more about what type of player he is. But yeah, haven't really seen any production from him.
No, none. And so those 2 are Jason Vossler and Kevin Newman, except for the homer that Kevin Newman just hit. Aside from the game that's happening right now while we're recording this, they're not doing too great. And you can also tell Vossler's lost because he's got 8 Ks in his last 7 games. So almost half of his ABs are ending in strikeouts.
Yeah, he's not seeing it.
And who's heating up is Jose Barrero. He hit a homer, we mentioned. You know, we talked about him going longer into counts. He doesn't seem lost up there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe with Ellie De La Cruz getting ready to come back for the bats, he's like, I got to figure this out.
Yeah, these are statement games coming up for him here, and so far the statement has been, I can play, I can hit, I deserve to be here. But no, that has been good, because he's a player that you've really wanted to root for a while. We've known about him in the Reds organization for a bit, and seeing him, you want to come into fruition into the player you want him to be, and so far, at least in the past week, has been looking pretty nice.
He's been getting there. So with the back end of the rotation, Overton's on the IL. Luis Cessa, I would just move him back to the pen. I mean, he can give you one solid inning. He's done it before, or maybe he's a swing and does 2 solid innings. Mm-hmm. I think that the Reds are going to bring up Luke Weaver. I think he isn't going to make his next start in AAA. I think they're going to bring him up. And then something like maybe a Chase Anderson they bring up, who's 35, who's in AAA and started for them in spring training to fill the void left by Overton on the IL. But Brandon, the big thing is Brandon Williamson isn't ready. I pulled up his numbers. Brandon Williamson, in his last start, he had 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, gave up 2 homers, and had 2 walks. And the game before that, he had 5 walks. So he is throwing shit up over the heart of the plate. The only thing that is encouraging is from his last start, he had 5 Ks. But he's clearly not ready, so you can't have him come up. It's just 4 and 5. It's kind of a bummer when you see that it's not coming together as much as you hoped.
Yeah, there's no solution for it right here. At least none that makes any real sense or solves the problem. But that's just more opportunity for some of these younger guys to fill that void, and there's going to need to be a solution for because we can't keep going on and having these big exploding games.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Reds feel comfortable calling up Andrew Abbott from AA just to start him out, Kid had 13 strikeouts.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you need to see?
Yeah, I mean, it could have hurt worse than what we just experienced. So, there's a lot of stuff that could happen here.
There's a lot that definitely could. So here's what's coming up for your Redlegs right now. They're playing the Rays. They've got 2 more at home after today, Monday. So you'll be watching this Tuesday morning. They got against the Rays at 6:40 Tuesday, then 12:35 Wednesday, and then they are gone. They're in Pittsburgh for 4, and then they come home to face the nasty Texas Rangers. That's not a great stretch with the Rays. And the Pirates are playing better baseball. I mean, they're 8-6 at the time of this recording. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're no slouches at the moment without O'Neal Cruz.
Oh, yeah, it's such a bummer.
It really is. And you're like, oh, man, Pittsburgh's not terrible. So it's not going to be a cakewalk, but, that's what a lot of this season's looking and shaping up to be is like everybody playing everybody. And even when you start early in the division, you better get those wins.
Yeah, there's not going to be too much breathing room here. So get them in when you can, and just always make sure to play your best baseball.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man. So, let's round third and head for home. What do you got coming up?
I will be in Michigan next weekend with my buddy Gabe Kia. I think it's on the 28th. Perhaps, and then on the 30th, I think I'll be some other place. Motor, I'll be there on the. Oh, I think those are the dates I'm screwing up.
Yeah,
I think the Motor's the 28th.
Okay.
Michigan's the 30th. Mm-hmm. I'll be in Bloomington. No, I'll be in Bloomington the 28th.
Okay.
That's what it is, gang. I have no idea where I'm going to be. I'll be at Limestone June 1st through the 3rd in Bloomington. I just found out I'll be on that festival, so it'll be fun.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Of course, pal. This starting Thursday, I will be at Thursday night at 8 o'clock. I will be at the Annoyance Theater in Chicago, Illinois. And then Friday, Saturday, I'll be in Rochester, Minnesota at Goonies Comedy Club.
Nice, buddy.
So that'll be fun. So come out to those if you live around there. If not, I get it. Don't drive to Rochester if you don't have to. If you're like, I'm going to go from Sin City to Rochester, don't. Just don't. So check out InTheClutch.com for all of your MLBPA needs and Savannah Banana needs. Use the promo code The New Nasty Boys, all caps, 10% off. And thank you to High Grain Brewing for sponsoring what is going to be the best drinking game ever played on this show. want beef. So, thank you so much for watching and listening. And as always, go Red Legs.
Go Red Legs.